Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at Chainlink. We're going to start off on the 4-hour chart, then we'll zoom out to the bigger time frames. Look at some patterns and some obstacles ahead of us, behind us, everything in between. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want more help navigating these markets, put a lot of extra content into our private Telegram group. You can find that through Patreon, link below. Let's get right to it. Gaussian channel red for Chainlink. However, we're knocking on the door of turning this back to bullish, right? We just have to cross the median line here on around $19, right? It's right at the 4-hour, right at the bullish threshold here. We have some nice volume coming out, right? Following behind Bitcoin's footsteps. Bitcoin's up a bit today, right? So we need Chainlink to follow suit. So if we get a couple of candles closing above median Gaussian channel on the 4-hour, then we can expect further upside. We need that to happen first. However, we are in a downtrend, a short-term downtrend, right? Lower highs, lower lows, but we have visited this zone, right? That's right at the 200 EMA mark. So we might have enough fuel to go back to the high side. If we do, we need to zoom out and see what our next level is. So let's do just that. So looking at the daily chart now, we have our lower swing low zone, right? You have this low, this hesitation after going from, the low teens from Chainlink all the way up to 17. We got a little bit of a break there. That was these swing lows. We hit that again just a couple days ago, right? Going into Friday, Saturday started to recover, right? And what else do we note is this EMA 8, this red line, did not cross the 21. When you avoid that, you can remain bullish. It's just like kind of a refueling time. So we might not go any lower for Chainlink. So our next primary target is our highs, our local highs here, around 2050 for the close on the daily. Bollinger Band's squeezing up a bit, so maybe we have another move on the near horizon. If we go lower, right, we're looking at this zone, these kind of three peaks we've got outside, 1650 all the way down. But, dollar cost averaging, look at the Gaussian channel moving up now, right? Even that's just started happening over the past week or so. Right? The good signs for the bulls. That's what we want to see. Okay, now let's zoom out a little bit more. See if we see anything on the 3-day chart. Revisit on the EMA 8, the 14 tapped and bounced so far. So nice move there, right? Not too much down, right? That's bullish. We didn't even get a move back to this breakout area. So that is, Bitcoin did this very similar thing, right? When you break out, sometimes you'll have this throwback, which we talked about last week, to the previous breakout zone. But these high wicks were about 1750, right? These low wicks, almost there, but not quite. Sometimes you'll front run that because people don't want to wait, right? Bulls are there. Look at this high wick. 1767, the low wick on here, 1758. It's kind of right there, okay? So this might be all we need. Did you buy any Chainlink, right? Where you're waiting on lower prices. Greed is sometimes will take over your brain, right? You have to have a strategy in place. I recommend dollar cost averaging on red days. So Chainlink has been having some red days over the past couple of weeks. I would guess the majority of people that wanted to buy Chainlink are just continuously waiting on lower and lower prices until the lower prices are sometimes higher than you originally sold at. So keep that in mind. Don't be too greedy. Any red days, dollar cost average just a little bit back into the market on whatever coin you're looking at, Chainlink included, right? Let's go out to the bigger scale, the weekly. We closed a little bearish, but what did we do? This is very significant here. We tapped exactly off the weekly EMA 8, right? Let's get rid of that zone. Look at that. Look at that wick. Red wick to red line. It's perfect, right? A lot of coins just tap the weekly EMA 8, remain bullish, and then go to the next move. So if we go higher, what is our next intermediate target? Well, based off the charts and the highs, I'd be looking at this zone. So this high, these highs over here, right, to this local high right here, as you can see, we'll drag that across. So 27 to 33, looking like a good spot for our next highs if we are to break out higher and, get closer to alt season, right? We do need Bitcoin dominance to drop a bit, right? We're looking at, get under 50 for a real alt season. Bitcoin dominance might go, significantly higher. And what's significantly higher? Like we're looking like 58 to 60%. So we looked at this earlier in our group, and we're looking at 58 to 60. If that happens, like alts are going to take a back seat to Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin having some exposure to Bitcoin for days exactly like this. Bitcoin's up and outperforming a majority of alts right now. And as dominance rises, that will only continue to magnify. And if Bitcoin drops, well, dominance rises, you're going to want to have some Bitcoin, or at least not be in as many alts. So that's that. So Chainlink is included in that alt factor. But look what we have here. Right now we have a sharp upturn in the weekly Gaussian channel. The 200 week is now rising. All moving averages are rising. These are all great things, especially with, you have these breakouts, this pull out of the bear market, and you have confirming volume here at the bottom. All great things to see. So Chainlink, a little bit more calm and boring time to time than other alts, but I think Chainlink's time is coming, right? Especially since we are knocking on the door of 20, which is our previous kind of all-time high back here, right? And once we, take down these, right, that's our sights set right on all-time highs. And we are now, let's take a measured move here, right? We're about 50% from this next zone. And then beyond that, right, from all-time highs, we still have some work to do, 176%. I don't think we'll have a problem clearing that during this cycle. And if you watch any of my other videos, I'm looking at least $100 coin, if not the 1618 fib extension. We can just do it for you real quick. Right, if you missed any of those, we're looking at right here, swing high to swing low. We have our magnet mode on to get precise measurements. We're looking about $230 to the 1618. Some coins hit that. Some coins don't quite get there. Ethereum didn't quite hit it last cycle. Bitcoin doesn't quite hit it last cycle. So that would be like the perfect storm, right? Chainlink, everything comes together for Chainlink. Global adoption, everyone, your grandma knows about Chainlink. And then maybe we can get up there. This cycle. Past that, how about a 2x over previous all-time high? That sounds pretty good, right? Especially if you bought around the $5 area, or this 500 sideways days of consolidation in the single digits. That would be a pretty nice run for a coin that's been around and such a high market cap as Chainlink, right? All right, so hopefully that helps. Let's get to our quote of the day and card of the day. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength, right? Control what you can control and don't worry about what you can't. You'll be surprised how much less stress you have in your life if you just do that. Car of the day, Corvette Z06 convertible. Amazing. Saw this in person. One of the first ones I've ever seen. This was in July of this year. If you're like, wow, if you know anything about Corvettes, like they came out like right then. This guy drove from the Corvette dealer to this car show. It's a Corvette car show. So you can see this plate on there. Pretty crazy. Like he drove from the dealer to here. Like this, he hadn't even wiped it down. He was peeling off the stickers and the plastic still. Crazy. So he must have been excited for this show. Nice wheels and tires. I mean, it's pretty spectacular. The new Corvettes by themselves are awesome, but the Z06 version, Magnifico. That's the word, right? All right, we'll end it on Magnifico. Chainlink, Magnifico.